What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Supper in a Can. We're back at Andy's Golden Fry in Johnston, and I'm joined by this week's very special guest, Crookston's finest, Megano Welsh. Welcome to the show. Now, Megan, without further ado, let's get a munch.
Just ride with it, like, go and get live with it.
But Megan, welcome to Supper in a Can. It is an absolute feast in front of us.
Yeah,
I'm really hungry,
amazing.
so I think we should get straight to it.
Go for it.
But you've gone for, also, what about the salt and vinegar? Are you
Yeah.
both? On you go. I'll let you be the decider.
I don't trust myself.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Because I like quite a lot of
Yeah,
vinegar.
go for
That's
it.
okay.
The more the better.
But what's made you go for the fish supper today? The default, some say.
I have never tried anything else except a fish supper.
Really?
I've never tried a sausage supper. A pizza crunch freaks me out.
Whoa.
I mean, that would actually put me in a grave because there's so much cheese on it anyway. But a sausage supper is quite an intimidating item, I would say.
Do you think? I think
Yeah.
the sausage supper is like it's quite calming, I guess. Do you know what I think's intimidating? What, the unbattered sausage supper. The
Yeah,
smoked
that's
sausage,
horrific.
that's pretty like,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's a bit graphic, those ones.
Yeah.
But a battered sausage, I think, like, I'm accepting a battered sausage, you know?
No, I just love a wee fish supper.
Would you be getting chippies quite a lot in school then? What was the
no.
local chippy for you? Who are you shouting out?
Sammy's
Sammy's.
and cordoned.
With an I or a Y?
Aye.
He's shaking his head. Is it a good chippy?
Personally,
Is that where you'd go for
I wouldn't
lunch?
go near it with a barge pole, but that's me just being me. Sorry, Sammy. I was a Subway girl.
Really?
Yeah, but I do love a wee chippy, although I've not had one. No, tell a lie.
When was the last time you had a chippy?
Did you happen to see on my story? It was the 1st of March, and I hadn't drank in a wee while, so I went out and I got so drunk, and I got a chippy
Was it
after
like random?
I was sitting in a plant pot, drunk, with my
Oh
eyes
no,
shut,
I had
eating a
was it like
chippy.
a mad event?
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
Guess what? So that diamond gin,
Oh.
that's my old PE teacher, Mr. Donaldson, that owns that gin. I forgot to write that in. But Crookston, it's the area you grew up.
It is.
You're local to it. We're not too far from it as well now. What was the upbringing like? Were you always fun and outgoing as you are now?
No.
No?
No. Actually, I was the complete opposite.
Emo?
No. Well, I wasn't an emo either. But growing up, I was like so shy. Like I wouldn't say boo to a ghost. Is that a saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Boo to a ghost. But yeah, I was just so shy, and that's what mum and dad always say. They're like so shocked that my career is what it is now, and I'm how I am now. Because growing up, I was the opposite. Like I didn't really have friends. All I done was draw. I think that's why I like bright colours though. I'm terrible at drawing, by the way.
Did you draw any of your tattoos? I was wondering that. I could see you being a tattoo artist.
Thank you, that's my plan B.
Yeah.
Although I'm really bad at art.
How you could just one of my brother's pals just has a tattoo gun. I'm pretty sure you can just get one. I don't know how it's like doing
I
it on
could probably
people.
tattoo this,
True.
but that's probably it.
Yeah. How many have you got? Have you got a
I'm
number?
not sure, I definitely have over 60.
Damn.
The last
That's
time
a
I
lot.
counted there was over 60.
Do you know what you would have loved? The blank street pop up in London the
I
other day.
know!
You should have been. Do you not know how I know about that? Have you seen the girl that does the blank street things? The Scottish girl. She
No.
does like day in the life on TikTok.
No.
I love watching them. She's like, I think she's like the blank street social media or blank street like web, whatever. Are you a sauce gal? No? Brown sauce? Nah.
The smell of that. I only tried tomato ketchup 2 years ago, and I'm nearly 27.
Huh?
I've been scared of sauce my whole life. Do not come near me with white sauce, I will freak out. See, like if mayo's disguised in a McDonald's McCrispy, that's fine. But if you put it out in front of me and said dip your chip into that, I'd rather scoop my eyeballs out.
But peri meal.
Peri meal's
I'm
a
liking
different
that. Do you know what I mean?
story.
I like
That's orange.
garlic. What about alioli?
I've never tried that. I wouldn't
Nah.
get involved in that.
It's the big garlic butter from Spain, innit?
Yeah.
But you went to Lourdes
Yes.
secondary school. Was that when you maybe left the
Moved.
shell that you were
It is.
hiding in? Do you think
That is
that
when-
brought it out of you?
I stopped being a snail and started being a slug. I came out the shell.
Wow, I like that. That's good. That's a good one.
But that's when I also met my now best friends. Like the people I met in second year, the people who are still my best friends to this day. And I
Shout
always
them
say,
out.
yeah.
Shout them out.
I've got Nadine, I've got Erin, I've got Neve, I've got Dominique, and I've got Lauren. That's all my school besties.
Dominic's the DJ, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was a year below me, to be fair.
Right.
But we started becoming friends when we left school, but she did go to Lourdes. But yeah, definitely in primary school I was dead quiet, and then when I went to secondary school, and I think just meeting new people Like that helped me come out my shell.
Like, see with Lourdes, I don't know, so when the school I went to, there's, I think like 6 or 7 different feeders. Was there that many, like, was
Feeders?
there, as in like how many different primary schools would go into
Oh
that?
yeah, it was loads.
Was
Yeah.
there, because in my head, like, Lourdes is only like what? The only primary school I can name is St Constantine's. What other primary schools would go into?
I went to St Monica's.
St. Monica's, there was St. Constantine's, St. Paul's.
That's a secondary school.
Aye, that's the
Is there
secondary
not
school.
a Lourdes primary?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there?
That's what most of my pals think. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So was your year group quite big? Because I feel like that was the first thing I noticed when I went into secondary school. Like, when I was in S1, there was 400 people in my year.
I think there was loads of people in Lourdes. Don't know how many, but I feel like it was big, no?
I feel like it makes it better though.
This is the biggest school in
Is it?
Scotland.
Oh well.
We were the biggest Catholic school in Europe for a solid bit.
Oh, what school did you go to?
Holyrood.
Oh yeah.
But here's the connection that I was talking about earlier on. Do you remember a story about a techie teacher in your school?
Oh, it depends on what story. Surely, I don't know, because I feel like this is quite low key, my story.
Prom. He taught in my school.
So is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
So I got told that from someone I work with a year ago. And the reason that I know that you would know is because he was in your school. And he told me, back then a year ago, he told me that story and I had it written down. I was like, I'm going to get Megano on this and I'm going to bring it up to
I
him when
wonder
I'm on
if it's
this.
the same story.
They pumped the girl at prom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story I'm getting to. So when did you first get into like making content? Because when you were in school, what was like the lead social media? So Instagram?
Probably Instagram and Twitter.
Bebo, get on.
Not that old, but people was in primary school. Or actually, yeah, when I started secondary school, it was people.
But who was like the inspirations for you then in school? Who would be your Megano Welsh?
So nobody like. I'm actually really bad for like I don't know of loads of influencers, and it's not because I don't want to know. I just live under a rock. Like genuinely, I'm Patrick Star, modern day.
Was Jamie Genevieve, was she not one of the first like kind
Yeah,
of
she's.
Scottish girls to?
Yeah, she definitely was and is, but I'm not really into makeup and stuff. So
Nah. Was that her thing? I never really
yeah, she's
knew
like
much about her.
mega makeup star.
Right. But she has her own, obviously she owns that Vive, isn't it?
Yeah. But I watched a lot of like American YouTubers. I always posted on Instagram just for fun. Like I liked social media, like even back then. And then so I would post like my outfits, say if I was on holiday or if I was like going out at the weekend or something. So I'd always post my outfits and stuff, and then I started to like maybe gain some followers, but I mean like some, like literally like not many at all, maybe a couple hundred or something. And then my friends, we were sitting in Nadine's room one day and we used to love Alyssa Violet. She's a American
Team 10.
YouTuber. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were watching her and we were like, she's so funny, like how cool would that be? And they were like, Nadine and Ed were like, why don't you make a YouTube channel? And I was like, no, that would be so weird. Like, what would I make a YouTube channel about? I just live in Glasgow and do nothing. And they were like, just try it, like, and see what happens. So I did, but I'd only like make a video if I was going on holiday or something exciting, because my day-to-day life was not exciting. I just got up and went to work every day. So I did do that, and then it wasn't until lockdown I started making videos really regularly,
Right.
and then things just
Do you
started
think
to grow.
that was, I mean this might be quite obvious, but do you think that was just because you were locked in the house? Do you think if
Yeah.
lockdown hadn't happened, you would
Yeah,
have just...
100%. Because
Was that when you were working the BT call centre, no?
No, I'd moved on from BT call centre to a man's clothing company, based in Glasgow, and I think I was the only person in the world not to get furloughed. I don't know why they kept me out of everyone, and I was like the worst employee. I don't know if it was maybe like punishment for being so bad. So I was like, why would you keep me? I cannot run this place. So
So you had to work during lockdown?
yeah, but I'd do like 3 days on, 3 days off instead of 5 days on and 2 days off, like which was my normal schedule. So it was so that there was just to minimise anyone being in the office. So
But what would you be doing at that time?
printing labels.
Just shipping stuff?
Yeah, putting
Fair.
clothes in bags.
I remember, like people would do the toilet roll keepy ups. Do you remember that?
No.
So like football teams. This was probably, I think this should have been worse than the pots and pans. Football teams would like, each person would like take a video. Football teams and pal groups would take a video of you like taking a touch of toilet roll and like passing it on. And then like the next person would like take a touch and hit it back. But it's, the ones that were so good were the ones that were like so badly edited. So it's like, he'll take a touch and launch it up there, and then the next guy gets it from the other end and like, that's it. We did it with Hillwood, do you remember? I'm sure I had a video with my pals. That was, bring it back, man.
Lockdown
And
was-
why was it toilet rolls? Why wasn't it a football?
Oh. That
I
makes
thought it was because
sense.
like people were ill, so it was like, oh.
Yeah. You were
Even
limited to like 3 rolls a person or something?
I will say, but right. See, 2 days before they announced lockdown, I knew.
You got some psychic powers?
No, I got some insider information. Shout out Finlay Stevenson. This is like the second time he's been shouted out in here recently. So me and him
Go Finlay.
were like, but on like the days up and coming to lockdown, no one was in school for some reason, so it was just me and him, and we'd always just go to Asda and like stop about because he stayed beside Asda. So I think it was the 15th of March that they'd announced it. Must have been the 12th. He was at to me. He's like, bro, somebody's told my dad. He's like, get to Asda. He's like, buy everything. He was like, get to shops. So he was like, get to shops. He was like, buy everything. He was like, people are gonna start panic buying, and like you're not gonna be able to buy anything.
Oh.
You knew. What would you say is your favourite brand that you've worked with? Like, what one do you think was, or maybe not favourite, what was the most, like, mama made it moment? Do you know what I mean? Because you work quite close to JD now, don't you?
Yeah. They're one of my favourites. I have a good relationship with them. Been away with them sometimes.
Shout out JD.
Shout out JD. I call it JD. No, I call it JD.
I think I got both.
A, B, C, D, E.
Hummus or hummus?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
Yeah. Nah, that's like Nike or
Would you say
Nike.
hummus or hummus?
Yeah, what would you say?
Between.
Nah, it's hummus only.
Hummus?
Yeah.
Hummus?
Yeah, hummus.
Not humus.
Hummus.
It's not even not hu, it would be hummus.
No, because I think it was a hummus. Hummus makes me kind of sick.
Yeah, hummus is horrible.
Hummus is like pure weird thing about hummus.
But it depends what company I'm in.
What? What do you mean?
If I think you look like a
Oh,
hummus
wait.
person, I'll say hummus. If
You mean
look
people?
like
Alright, sorry.
hummus.
I thought because we were just talking about brand, I thought you were talking about like depends what brand I'm like with. I was like, what?
I'm posting a job today for McDonald's.
Wow. That's
Oh,
sick.
that's my ring doorbell. Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
So
Cool.
McDonald's, and then last
The
year.
Megano meal.
Huh?
Is it the Megano meal?
Megano meal? No, I wish. No, I'm not at Stormzy's level quite yet. But
Oh,
you
no.
watch Stormzy.
So what is your job with them tomorrow? I can add.
Yeah, I had to basically dress up like their new drink. But not like a drink costume. That would have been funny.
Like your kind of outfit,
Yeah.
matching it with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also last year, Coca-Cola took me to Tomorrowland.
Fucking
that
hell!
was
Wow.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
mad. Tomorrowland. What was that like? Going to Belgium, innit?
Yeah, oh my
Oh.
god. Everyone's so nice, but they are so crazy. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
people were walking about with like trunks on.
Oh yeah, the
Trunk,
outfits
like
are all
elephant
quite
trunks,
nuts,
not
innit?
trunks, swimming shorts. Like mushrooms in their head, and it is like what you imagine. Everyone's like, what?
Is everyone not just purely?
Yeah, everyone's
tripped?
obviously not on planet Earth, but that was so cool. Like, what the hell?
You just got an email through one day.
They
like-
contact my agency.
So, is everything through them now?
Yeah, I don't deal with one thing myself.
So when did you sign with them? When did all that start for you?
I've been with Aquarius now for like 3 or 4 years.
Wow. And do you think, for anyone doing social media, do you think an agency gives you that extra boost that you probably couldn't do yourself? Or what do you
Yes.
think? How do you think it benefits you?
Oh, for me, I absolutely need my agency because all the like admin work alone is a full-time job. Like, say, like negotiating deals, chasing payment, contracts, like that alone would be a 9 to 5, and then shooting your content. So there's not enough hours in the day to do it all yourself. And
So what do they cover for you? They
like they do everything. They just eventually come to me and say, "Do you want to work with McDonald's for this much? Yes or no? Here's the brief. Here's the rules. Go create content."
class.
So I don't need to do the negotiating, because also like I would never, whatever Aquarius pitch as my fees, I would never put that in an email myself. I'd be like, £10 will do. Like, I would never like rate myself.
But that's
at
better
that.
then, because you're probably getting more money through that.
Yeah. So being with an agency like for me, I would never not be with an agency.
And then you're not only just with the agency, but you're one of the agency reality TV shows, TV stars, should we say? And not just one, not two, but 3 seasons
Yeah, 3 seasons.
of your own BBC show.
Yeah.
How is it filming that? What's it like being filmed? What's it like being in like, were you like nervous at the start? Like was it like pure like, oh you always look at the camera?
Yeah, it's nervous because as much as I film myself all the time for YouTube, like I film myself
You
and
choose what
I
you
edit
say,
it
yeah,
and
yeah.
I get the final say, whereas on that you're literally signing a contract and just being like, okay, let's see what happens. Like So it's even the filming is scary because there's so many cameras and it's a whole production team. Like it's not as natural as.
What's it like doing the bits where you're like talking to camera?
Oh, the master interviews. That's actually fine. I quite like that.
Yeah.
I find that quite easy. It's more the filming like in public and you have to redo things over.
Because I remember watching them do the ones at Bianca de Roma because I worked in size, and it's like you need to do like 7 or 8 different.
Yeah.
Just dome.
And they're like, can you say that again? Can you say that again? And by that point, I'm like, I'm just going to sound like a robot.
What do you think is the biggest difference then between Megano and Megano Welsh? Like, what do you think? Do you think there is a different person? Because I've seen you talk about how Megano is like, that's what people would know you as, and that's what people always say to you when they see you. But as your pals, would never call you Megano, they'll call you Megan.
Yeah. I actually, that's a good question. I've never thought of that before. But I think the difference would be, and I only say this now because my boyfriend pointed it out to me. He was like,
shout him out.
Callum. When he moved, like we'd followed each other on Instagram for years.
Oh, he's a fan.
Like prior, no, I'd met him before. I'd met him like we had mutual friends and I'd met him at a party. So
he wasn't just wanting styling tips.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't getting any inspo. So he'd been following me for years, and he said from what his impressions were, I was like, just really like, thought everything was funny, nothing was that serious, and like Callum says, when he met me, I'm actually really sensitive, like overthinker, panicker. I mean, I think I do show that online that I'm like that, but apparently I don't. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, I'd say I'm the exact same.
So, to all the young people that follow you and maybe want to get into your line of work, what do you think is the best kind of advice you could give somebody?
Oh my god, I just realised I'm sitting like a quaver. I sit so bad.
But yeah, to the young people looking at you.
To the young people, I would say you have to be yourself. And like that's like that sounds so obvious, but even like me recently, I've been struggling with not being myself. Like I keep trying to do what like people I watch and love. I'll be like, oh, maybe I need to be more like them. And then I'm like, one day I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? Like that works for them, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for me.
Definitely.
So I feel like that is actually the most important thing. Like I'm telling myself that now, even though this is my job and has been for 3 years, that you can never forget that. But I think everyone does at some point because everything's trends and you follow certain things, so it's so easy to like forget why you even started it. Yeah. And you just think, oh, I better do that because so and so's doing it and blah blah. But I think the people who stand out are the people who just always stay themselves the whole time.
What do you think that people worry quite a lot about numbers? Like, did that ever happen with you? Do you ever?
Me up at night.
Like, because it'll get to, like, I notice it myself. Like, don't know. I just feel like sometimes I'll care because certain things will do. But this is the mindset that I hate. Is when you think when you've got a video and you know or you think before it, that's gonna do really well. That's gonna do really well, mate. This is gonna bang. You post it and it does like right. And I think it's so, a big demotivator, but it shouldn't
horrible.
Be because like that's what I say to anyone that's ever, not that I know fucking fuck all because I've been doing this for a year, but for anyone that ever would ask me, I would always be like, especially for like personal TikToks, it's like algorithm. It's so fucking random. It is so random.
But that's the thing as well. Like numbers actually don't mean everything. Like I'm definitely at the best point in my career right now than I've ever been, and like I feel like my numbers aren't as good as they used to be. So they don't actually correlate, but it's just like a confidence boost if anything, because you think, oh, I'm definitely doing something right, but it's not the be all and end all, and as you said, it's down to the algorithm.
So we're talking about your house quite a lot, and I feel like you love your house.
Oh,
the fact that your Instagram account has like 16k followers shows that a lot of people love your house.
Yeah, I literally post on it like once every 2 months.
How important is it for you to have that space for you? Because I feel like because obviously quite a lot of your job is travelling or you'll be down in Manchester, but your home is very, very unique to you.
Yeah.
Like, how important is it for you to have that space to always go back to, or even just to have it be so colourful? I feel like, and when I was looking at it, I was like, how could you ever be sad if you were like around all that? Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly what I said.
Keeps you just, you're happy and...
I'm like, if you wake up and see an orange wall or a pink wall or whatever, yeah, like that is what I like, just love colours anyway, that's why I dress so colourful too, but having a house that is like that, it's like you can't have a bad day because it's just so bright and colourful.
I mean, I could never even think of half the stuff that you have, but...
Yeah, like when people come in, like, so when I've got my doors painted, every
like
door in my
Balmoral,
house is a different colour. And then when the painter came in, I said, right, I want that. He was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I swear, like it'll look right. And then after that, I got my whole hall painted pink, and he was like, that's not going to match all those doors. No, it was someone who different who done the doors and then someone different done the hall. So the guy come in to do the guy that done my hall is the painter and decorator my mum and dad have used for years.
Right.
So see when he first came to mine, he was like taking a look around and he was like, "So what age is your wee one?"
Oh,
and I went,
you say
"What,
that?
sorry?" And he was like, "What age is your wee lassie?" And I was like, "I don't have a wee lassie." And he was like, "Why is it decorated like this?" And I said, "Because I like it."
Nah, it's class. It's just so cool. And it makes it good for content too.
Yeah.
Right guys, welcome back to Gio's Onion Challenge. We're back. We've missed out on it last week, but Megano was not escaping it. So, you told us prior that you like a wee pickled onion here and there.
I do like a pickled onion. And now I've only just learned these are actually pickled onions.
Yeah, no pickles around here. Have I ever had pickles? No. Sometimes I've been tempted to give them an egg, like a pickled egg.
Oh, that's horrific.
But I think that's pretty cruel, and also don't know what fucking idiot would think a pickled egg's a pickled
Probably
onion.
me.
Yeah, I was
Do you
gonna
know
say
I
probably
thought
me.
cream eggs up until a questionable age were actual eggs wrapped in chocolate?
That's a red card. Right, with that being said, the 60 seconds on the clock are about to begin. So you can only chew one at the same time, so no double chewing. But you've got to drink with you, I'll get your thing. The key is to don't try and chew too much, because that's how you get in the chewing and then you're done.
So you're saying essentially
It's a
swallow it
2
whole?
chew or 3 chew kind of vibe.
Someone I choke and die?
It's worth it for Gio's Onion Challenge. Right, I'll give you a napkin as well in case, because we've had some shite bags that refuse to swallow them. Okay, the 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, and we're off. The first one's down. Normally the facial expressions is what puts people out. 50 seconds on the clock. Oh, wow. By the way, you definitely could have backed more here.
I feel like I'm on a celeb.
Bush Chucker Trial? I've definitely not said that right either. Have I? Is that it? I'm not that in deck, but
feel
better.
sick.
Wow. 30 seconds on the clock. You're about to smash this record. Normally we'd run and get more, but
I'm sweating.
you get 20 seconds to get that last one down. And you're earning yourself a second place on the leaderboard, is it?
Done.
Wow. 15 seconds. That's the first time that we've actually done it and someone's got it in the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because normally we always kind of rush people, isn't it?
When I eat pickles, it makes under my eyes sweat.
The leaderboard is now updated. Now, what are you saying? No, size first. I'm giving him it. But
Even
I'd
though
say,
he ate babies, pickles.
how many did he eat?
Yeah, a lot.
So
Okay,
I'd say
okay,
10
sorry.
babies equate to 5 big ones.
No. There's 3 babies per one, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say size on 4. So size on 4.
I could have done 4.
Megan,
if there
you're on
wasn't
2. Megan's on 2.
No, I'm on 3.
3? No, but you're number 2.
Oh.
You're number 2. And then what? Who's number 3? Jenko?
You'll see them all.
You see it all. James will know what he's doing here. But guys, continue with the episode. Well, to end us off, we're going a little bit back. But in December 2021, you began the Roller Coasting podcast.
Yeah.
In which then led you to do multiple live shows.
Yeah.
Is this still something that's continuing? Or do you
No.
think it's a chapter that's...
I think it's
Being
a chapter
closed.
that's ended. Like,
Yeah.
I would say doing a podcast on your own actually is so much harder than it might seem. And it's not hard by any means. I'm not out doing brain surgery, right? But like, thinking of a new topic yourself and to talk to yourself for an hour every week is actually so hard. And I feel like the older I've gotten, like when I was younger, I would talk about anything. Like I didn't keep anything to myself. Like I was such an open book. But the older I've gotten, I'm like, just naturally, like you mature a bit, and I'm like, I don't really want to share everything about
Every
my life.
personal detail.
And if I'm not willing to do that, then having a podcast on my own is quite difficult. And I'm not particularly intellectual to talk about anything else. I'm like, the only thing I really know is my own head. So it kind of just got to the point where I was like, towards the end, I was really struggling to think of new topics, and like I wasn't even looking forward to doing it anymore, which for me, the only reason I'd done it is because it was fun.
Because you enjoyed it? Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
not because it was a huge source of income. Like, I'd make some money here and there, and I would make some money off the live shows, but it was never much, and it was just purely because it was like a passion.
For the love of the game.
And I'm like, if that starts to go, then what's the point? And now I can look at it and be like, I'm so proud of that. I loved it. I stopped it before it got shite. Like, and it was just a nice chapter. I don't think podcasting, I would love to revisit it at some point, but I would need to do it with someone.
Do you think?
Yeah, you need someone to bounce off of, and like any podcast I listen to, it's always more than one person. So I'm like, I think that would be. I have no plans, but I certainly won't rule it out.
But regardless, Megan, thank you very, very much
Thanks for
coming
having
on the
me.
show. If anyone would like to find you, where could they? What's the ats?
At Megano Welsh, across everything.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week. God bless.
Just ride with it, like, go and get live with it. But niggas don't like me cause I'm nice with it. And the girl gets hyped to it, neck deep in when I'm